Always.
They're not always. These guys can be, I mean, they can be more green than Mojave. They can be as green as that.
Well, then how do you tell the difference?
Because there's only two kinds.
Triangle head. Tell the difference if they were switched their colors.
Well, they don't switch, but basically there's areas that are of lush green grass where the babies who are more green survive, and therefore the adults are more green. But the pattern, the size, the coloration by the tail is also very important. As you see with the Mojave Green, it's got the black and white stripes just before the rattle.
Oh, okay.
Whereas Southern Pacific's dark with light rings and then a dark patch just before you get to the tail.
Okay. Dark before the tail.
So is it true the triangle head, you stay away from it?
Yeah, if it has a neck, then it's venomous.
The baby's mad because you're not picking him up.
Don't all snakes have a neck?
What do you mean?
No, most snakes are streamlined.
Like a duck?
Oh, you're right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So basically the thing that gives these guys the appearance of a neck is those venom glands.
Do snakes?
Do snakes have what?
Do snakes have bones?
They have 5 times as many bones than you and I do.
A lot of bones. So we have like
They can have almost 200 ribs.
You gotta be kidding.
No. A lot of bones in there.
Step back.
That's a crack out.
It's like a fish. Lots of bones.
You gotta be kidding.
All the bigger ones probably were between 4 and 8 years old.
Do they get a rattle a year or?
No, they get a rattle every time they shed. And if food's plentiful, a large snake can shed 3 times a year. A juvenile can shed about 6. If food is not plentiful or the season's short, they might shed once. So
they're going to the gym for you.
So.
Gym? What is that?
Between 4 and 8 is my guess.
Okay.
Yeah, same with the Mojave. Mojave's between 3 and 5, I'd say.
Oh,
Okay, do we need to go back?
so size doesn't dictate age?
Right here.
No.
And neither does the
Mojave Greens are small, a relatively small species. They're not huge. They can give out 3, maybe 4 feet.
How do you define age? Do you have to do blood testing or anything?
There's no way to tell.
There's no way
It's
to tell.
just a guess,
Yeah.
unless you knew when they were born.
Yeah.
And they do give live birth. They do not lay eggs.
Oh, they do?
They rarely, if ever, crossbreed. So any myth that they're hybridizing, you know, it does happen somewhat naturally, but unless they're in captivity, there's very little chance.
Do they, when they kill their prey, do they use the venom or do they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do? Okay.
Yeah, no, they definitely will bite their prey and kill it. That's what their venom's used for.
Uh-huh.
Most snakes don't want to waste their venom on us or a dog or something that's going to go away. But if they have to, they will. It's kind of like, imagine somebody drops you off in the wilderness, says, I'll be back in a month, gives you 1 shotgun, 1 box of shells, and says, okay, I'll see you.
Yeah.
You're not going to waste all those shells.
How often do they replenish?
Well, if they got food regularly, they replenish regularly.
Okay.
But say, for example, there's the myth about the baby snakes not controlling their venom.
Right.
They can control their venom just fine. But a baby snake will inject some regardless every time it strikes, because when you're this small, everything from squirrels to coyotes will eat you.
Yeah.
And everything does eat rattlesnakes. Everything out there will eat a rattlesnake.
I would think you wouldn't want to mess with the fangs.
You know, most animals know how to effectively kill and eat rattlesnakes. So, you know,
What do you feed these guys?
eons of evolution. Basically rodents.
Live ones?
Rabbits.
Pinkies?
Or frozen, depending on the individual.
Pinkies?
Depending on how
Pinkies are little guys.
it feels like cooking them or not.
Some of the snakes will, you know, eat anything. In fact, snakes eat a lot of carrion.
Do you think you ferret?
Dead animals that are on the road, small, you know, you run over a rodent.
I wish I could get my lips to him dead. That's true, baby. That's true. If they go in there.
Wow.
Do you think that rattlesnake could eat a rabbit?
No, not at all.
Really?
Not at all. This snake can barely eat a large
Oh, wow.
mouse or bull.
Oh, we saw a gopher over there in the hole if you want to give it a try.
Well, that would require me unmuzzling him.
That's right.
And there's no chance I get him back once he goes in the hole.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
We have tadpoles.
Cheetahs even eat them too?
Do what?
Cheetahs.
Well, cheetahs don't eat them because there's no rattlesnakes in Africa. And there's very few cheetahs in North America. But cheetahs will eat other small snakes and cobras maybe. I have a feeling, though, in Africa, the snakes are much more dangerous, so the big cats learn not to eat them. But the bobcats out here will definitely eat them.
They will.
Oh, yeah. So